Hi guys, Martin here with another roundup of all the latest racing game news straight from the Team VVV website. We start this week with a predictable but nonetheless significant new game announcement. Following last year's edition, Milestone have announced MotoGP 14 for this June, but what's most significant here is that it marks their first foray into the next generation. As such, we can expect a completely new graphics engine, new audio design, and an apparently revolutionary new multiplayer system. No in-game videos or screenshots are available as of yet, but MotoGP 14 will be running on PS4, PS3, PS Vita, PC, and Xbox 360. But wait, I hear you ask, why isn't it on Xbox One? Well, yeah, we don't know why either. Sorry. But before that, we of course have MXGP to look forward to later this month, Milestone's upcoming motocross simulator, which is looking rather good. New screenshots here show the hard and sandy surface of the Latvian circuit in all its glory. Also, if you're thinking of pre-ordering it, then you might want to order it from Game, who are offering an exclusive behind-the-scenes book for all formats. Traditionally, Milestone games don't usually come with retailer-exclusive pre-order incentives with gimmicky goodies like this, but this looks like a nice addition, to be honest, for any hardcore MXGP fan. Meanwhile, the Need for Speed film adaptation raced into cinemas this week, starring Breaking Bad's Aaron Paul and a fleet of Exotica supercars, none of which seemingly surviving in one piece, judging from the action-packed trailers. I haven't seen it yet personally, but if you have, then be sure to let us know what you thought of it in the comments below. I'm hoping to write a blog with my own thoughts on it as soon as I've seen it. Granted, it's probably not going to win any Oscars, but judging from the trailers, it looks like an old school car chase film, and I particularly like the use of practical stunts as opposed to CGI. Indeed, as someone who regularly watches films just for the car stunts, it should be right up my street, no matter how unbearable the acting may be. To coincide with the film's release, EA has released the fourth and final DLC pack, featuring some of the cars that star in the film. We have the GTA Spano, the Lamborghini Zesto Elemento, and the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren Roadster 722S. As usual, both are available in racer or cop guises and cost a small fortune. Pricing details can be found on the website in the link below. Now, Need for Speed Rivals was absent on the Wii U last year, despite Most Wanted being released on it the year before. And despite it being arguably one of the best racing games on the console, its sales were woeful. Unfortunately, a lack of third-party support for Wii U isn't exactly uncommon, sadly. But Criterion's co-founder, Alex Ward, has now openly criticised EA and Nintendo's poor promotion of the game on Twitter. You can read his somewhat fiery comments on the site in the link below. Indeed, it's an interesting eye-opener really at some of the struggles developers can face with the publishers. And you do really feel for Criterion, who clearly poured a lot of passion into this game. They even added Wii U exclusive features for Most Wanted, which warranted marketing support, frankly. Time now, though, for what has become an almost weekly update on the whereabouts of Sony's long-lost Drive Club. This week we have the news that there's still no news on Drive Club's due date. Sony have, however, provided an update of sorts to IGN, stating that they went back to the drawing board after the delay in order to make it great. Patience is a virtue, of course, but Sony is certainly testing our patience on this one. The longer they stay silent, the more unrealistic our expectations will become. Again though, we're expected to hear more during Sony's alleged VR headset announcement at GDC this month, so stay tuned. Elsewhere on the PC front, Slightly Mad Studios has announced its latest license acquisition, confirming that Bentley will be joining Project Cars at some point. It will include the Le Mans winning Speed 8 prototype and the Continental GT3. No news yet on when we can expect it, but it will be included at some point in a future update. Right now though, you can now drive a work-in-progress version of the BMW 1M Coupe, which was added in the latest download update. It's also being used as part of a car physics focus testing session in order to gather fan feedback. At this point, we usually talk about Assetto Corsa, and lo and behold, a new update is due this week. No details on exactly what we can expect yet, but this developer loves to tease us, and this time they're strongly hinting that a certain powerful Pagani will be featured in the next update. See if you can guess it. It's a particularly exciting addition though, given that it's potentially the fastest car in the game so far, until the McLaren P1 and LaFerrari roll in, of course. Racetube Experience also had an update of its own this week with the DTM Experience DLC package, which brings all the car types and tracks from last year's DTM season. Although in reality it's essentially a Steam port of last year's DTM Experience game that can only be used in Racetube. Gran Turismo 6 has also been updated with the release of a patch that enables multi-monitor support. Hopefully Alan can show us how it looks on the VVV test rig very soon, provided he can tear himself away from iRacing, of course. Many other improvements were also added, but you can read a full list in the link below. As we know, the undisputed King of Karting is returning in May with the long-awaited release of Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. As with most major releases though, if you're willing to spend a little more cash, there's now a limited edition available with, wait for it, a replica statue of the Spiky Shell power-up featured in all the Mario Kart games since Mario Kart 64. Admit it, secretly you want one. All this talk of Mario Kart 8 is really making us want to replay the original SNES version. Well, turns out you're in luck because it's getting a digital re-release on the Wii U Virtual Console market later this month. By now you've probably seen the trailer for the absolutely brilliant looking Batman Arkham Knight, but since VVV represents all things automotive gaming, we think it's worth reiterating that you will finally be able to drive the Batmobile for the first time in the series. This is its new design. It looks very much like a combination between the military-esque Tumbler in the Dark Knight trilogy and the classic Batmobile from the original film. Best of all though, you can summon it at any point. So we look forward to rampaging through the streets of Gotham City this October. More details can be found on the site. We're still waiting for news on the yet-to-be-announced Dirt 4, but it may be about to be getting some competition. Some of you may remember G-Rally, a project that's been in development since 2011 by a group of modders for Richard Burns Rally. News on it has been very slow, but now a new screenshot showing the Lancia Stratos, a rally car, implies that it is still in development. There's certainly still a gap in the market for a thoroughbred rally simulation, so watch this space. Finally, brace yourself for a potential Game of the Year candidate. Yes, forget every driving game you are eagerly anticipating this year, because Tow Truck Simulator 2015 has parked itself on Steam, despite it only being March 2014. Logic seemingly went out the window with this one. Granted, it does do what it says on the tin. You drive a slow, ungainly tow truck around a congested city and bring drivers who dare to park illegally to justice, whilst robbing them of their money in the process. Sounds fun. Mind you, video games are meant to be a form of escapism, aren't they? And yet these sorts of games are strangely popular. There's everything from Farming Simulator, Bus Simulator, and my personal favourite, Street Sweeper Simulator. My advice though is just to play the tow truck minigame in GTA 5, because at least it lets you run over people when you get bored. That's it for now though, but I'll be back next time with another roundup. As usual, you can visit us on teamvvv.com for all the latest racing game news, or you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter.